I'm Bella Bears. That's Wodog.
Hello.
We're going to talk about gender, some gender politics, a little bit of surgery talk, kind of what it means to be cis or trans.
I was really thirsty.
Me too. I've been drinking just
The water's been off all day,
so it just makes you want to drink.
basically.
So I think I'd start off just by straight up definition, like what is cis? So if you're on like Twitter, if you're on Tumblr, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Reddit, I don't know. The definition of cis or cisgender is just identifying as the sex you are assigned when you were born. We would both be cis. Like I am, I'm a woman. I've always been a woman. I identify as female. I don't feel body dysphoria, like wanting to be in a different gender or feeling like I have the wrong parts or that people perceive me incorrectly.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I heard that the nomenclature of cis came about because cis is the opposite of trans.
Kind of. That's how it
in
started.
terms of like chemistry.
That's kind of how it started, yeah. But in terms of the gender binary or the gender spectrum, which is kind of hard to explain if you've not heard anything about it, it's more just as assigned at birth versus not what you were assigned at birth.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's like the second episode of the show. You have a lot more to explain.
One other thing I wanted to say, if you're ever confused, I was on the Human Rights Campaign website, hrc.org. They have a lot of really cool definitions, very easily explained. They have a lot of resources for people who are confused or unsure about things, and so I just A+ recommend that site. But cis does not mean male. It doesn't mean straight. It doesn't mean white. It doesn't mean evil. It doesn't mean stupid. It doesn't, it's not, I think we all make that joke, like, down with cis, you stupid cis male white man. Like, it's just,
I think people who make those jokes are just kind of like using the word in jest.
Oh yeah, well they're poking bears with sticks it's easy to troll people online when you have that.
It's so
like,
easy.
Anonymity. It's too easy. We're all fired up. So I wanted to know, like, I guess, not being trans myself, but having trans friends, like, how hard it is to get into transitioning and what the steps are and what resources there are available.
Yeah, I could imagine. It just, like, sounds, like, really, really awkward, just, like, out of the gate.
Well, like, what's interesting is I was looking at like what are like laws on the books now and laws that are trying to become.
Yeah.
We already have quite a few like legal protections, but of course like the word of the law means nothing if the people believe it, like behind it, or the people working, in the offices or in the doctors
don't enforce it.
Yeah, they don't enforce it. They don't care. They can use their belief system to trump what the word of the law is.
You use the word.
Damn it.
Should we do a word of the day thing? Like from Pee-wee? Whenever someone says Trump, that doesn't mean
Balloons.
his name. Just like, ah!
I legitimately did not mean to do that. I was... Shit. We have to start over. No. So,
we'll do it live, damn it.
Do it live! Wrong angry white man. But I was looking at like the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, or WPATH. WPATH, which used to be a much longer acronym that I'm glad they changed it from, because I would not be able to like...
I feel as though once you've hit like past 6 in your acronym, you're fighting an uphill battle there. Kind
of. It's harder to brand yourself. It's harder to get the word out when
unless it actually spells a word.
Yeah, unless it's actually an acronym. But if it's just fucking letters, if it's just an abbreviation, then yeah, you're floating up the wrong stream there.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, we hear a lot in the news lately, like, bathroom bills, and people are afraid that trans people aren't really trans, they're predators trying to hurt our children or molest us all, and I just
But
like,
would those people have existed anyway?
Yeah, exactly. And it's you've pointed out the fatal flaw. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous because, I mean, not just because whatever wrongdoing is going to happen regardless of law. Like, that's how criminals work.
You're attacking it from the completely wrong angle.
Yeah. It's not meant to actually protect anybody, these laws. They're just they're almost like a new form of Jim Crow law, like in the segregation in the South, trying to say, oh, all black people will rape and kill people. And so you create this fear of a group of people. You other them and you...
So it's classic fear-mongering?
It is classic fear-mongering. That's what these bills
Love
are.
a good fear-mongering. It's all good.
Fear. Gotta monger that
it's
fear.
It's like fear-mongering, gerrymandering. It's all great shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense, like, logically at all. And then it ties up our court system in millions of dollars in fees and lobbying money and bullshit. And it's like, we have a lot more shit that we need to do.
So yeah, it's not just that certain politicians don't like trans people. It's they don't like it, and they're like spending millions of dollars because they don't like it.
Yeah, it's not like this is just their angry hobby. They're shaking their fist from their porch, get off my lawn.
No, it's tax dollars.
They're burning our money.
Yeah.
And they're burning money that, like, could be used to upgrade hospitals so that, you know, people can get the surgeries that they need, or can get the health care that they deserve, or can be covered under their insurance, which is protected by law. And speaking of just law, like, okay, so before we go to, like, surgery things, tangentially, so in the news, I read about a couple recent trans legislation bills.
Yeah, like in Texas.
Yeah, of course they're in Texas.
By the way, this show is shot in Texas.
We're in
good old Denton, Texas.
We're based in kind of an oasis, like...
We're a mini Austin.
Yeah, we're a mini Austin. Like, keep Austin weird, keep Denton slightly less weird. We still have quite a few conservatives, like...
Well, I think you're gonna have those everywhere,
right? But I mean,
because
I thought
because it is Texas. There is like farmland immediately outside the city.
Yeah, you go 20 miles anywhere and you're in a farm. But I mean, I was just these are national pieces, but they're based out of Texas governors and Texas people, and I'm like, fucking, of course they were. The first one, Judge Reed O'Connor, you might have heard, has held that treating...
Is he Turtle Man?
I don't know. Who's Turtle Man?
Is the guy who has like all that neck flabbed and looks like a turtle?
They all look the same to me, honestly. He is an older white dude. I don't think this guy
No, that's Mitch O'Connell.
That's Mitch O'Connell.
Mitch O'Connell is Turtle Man.
Fuck Mitch O'Connell. We'll get to him later.
Him and his little turtle face.
No, Reed O'Connor is relatively fit for a Texas man, but he held that...
Whoa.
Whatever. He held that treating or even insuring trans patients, quote, substantially burdens the insurance companies and hospitals' exercise of religion. Basically...
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. So when the Affordable Care Act was enacted, federal law covering that transgender people under their insurance policies could get their surgeries or could get their hormone treatments or could get their psychological evaluations. That is protected by law. This fucking guy said, oh, but if the doctors don't believe in this religiously, like if they think trans people shouldn't be a thing or they think that it's infringing on their religious rights, they don't have to do it.
To be fair, how many, like, really talented surgeons are religious? Is it a lot?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure...
I feel as though, like, if you're, like, a doctorate level science student, essentially...
Right, how many of them are there? But
I feel as though that's kind of beaten out of you.
The problem is, though, like...
But it's still fucked up.
It's fucked up, but there's enough of these religious cases, and some anecdotes that I have from friends that it does affect people.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it does.
You know, just being in a college town, you'd think everyone's really open-minded. We're here for higher learning. We're here to understand more of the world. And I have a friend who has gone to 4 or 5 different psychologists because you have to have 2 letters of recommendation saying that you're mentally fit to do it and that, yes, you are indeed trans to get even just top surgery.
I think 2 is a bit much, but makes sense.
But it's hard for him to find psychologists in general in this city that aren't religious.
Oh, so the psychologists are what's bringing it down.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You're walking in going, I don't feel like I'm the right person, or I need to be this and this or this. And they're saying, God made you the way they wanted you to. And it's like, this has nothing to do with this. I'm coming to you as a medical professional who is trained to understand the human body and, science. And
even before all that, there's the whole putting religion in the legislature, the whole church versus state
thank you
thing.
Yeah, that's already a thing that we keep ignoring constantly.
Yeah, I didn't think of that immediately. I was like, wait.
Church and state should already be separate. This shouldn't even be able to get on the floor, but so many of our legislators are religious. And we live in the crotch of the Bible Belt, so everybody's some sort of religious around here.
Yeah, basically. Not me.
I don't know. I think, especially when it comes to legislation, we've gotten a lot of these overturned, or they haven't gotten to the floor.
Uh-huh.
In 2016, I read more than 200 anti-LGBT bills were introduced in 34 states. And many of them were not passed based on people voting it down.
The fucking this horse shit. Get
pretty much.
The fuck out of here.
A shit ton of petitions, a shit ton of lobbying, calling your senator. And I'll have links and everything in the description of this video so you can find resources and all my sources MLA formatted if you want.
Says the person who's not editing the videos.
We'll have that done for you. But 50 of those bills introduced were specifically against trans people. And it's why do you fucking care? Why do you care? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I don't understand about the religious aspects against this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's my religion says no trans people. Okay, then you don't get the surgery.
Right. It's, I don't like gay marriage. Then don't get
don't
gay
marry
married.
A dude.
Yeah, it's really just...
Okay, then you don't marry a guy.
Right.
I will if I want to.
Nobody's asking you to join our threesome. We don't like you.
No one fucking asked you.
Yeah, I don't know, it's obvious. We have a lot of room to, learn about what transgenderism is and kind of what the process of having to realize this within yourself and coming out, which is a multiple time thing. You don't just come out once. You come out to...
Come out in tears.
You come out in tears. You come out to every stranger that kind of looks at you funny or, misgenders you. And when that happens,
is that when you can use the, did you just assume my gender? Is that when that's appropriate?
No.
Aw.
Don't be rude. No, in that, because I've done it. I work in retail, and I've had customers where I don't use pronouns because I don't want to assume. I don't know how they're... they may present one way, but I don't know if that's how they identify.
I think that's the only, confusing thing I have with, the trans community. It's how do I talk to you? I don't... without bringing it up, which seems rude in, casual conversation.
Right. And all the advice that I've gotten... from trans people or support groups has been if you know them and are personal with them, privately ask, what pronouns should I use? They tell you, you agree to it, full stop. That's it. You don't...
I think in general, how I approach it is if they look like a woman or are clearly trying to,
okay,
then I'm going to assume her.
Okay.
In the opposite. If it looks like a dude or...
If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
Yeah, if they seem to be making an effort to
be more masculine
or be more feminine, I'm gonna go towards what they're going for.
That's generally my rule too.
Of course, then there's cross dressers and all that.
We have a huge drag community.
Yeah,
and
I had a drag guy who shopped at the market street I worked at, all the time. He was the best.
But I mean, you know that he's doing an art or drag persona.
But even then, I could tell because he was clearly a dude in a dress.
Okay.
He wasn't trying to act.
So that's an interesting
feminine.
Yeah. So
if I have like, I don't want to insult anybody. Like I'm trying not to.
I know we're trying to use like as sensitive and informed language as we can. If we fuck up, please let us know and we apologize.
I'm trying to use sensitive language. So fucking deal with it. I just found that contrast funny.
I know.
Sensitive language. Fuck.
We fucked it up. But no, that's a really interesting thing, and I think kind of where the fear mongering started with the bathroom bills, especially, is like, my other news story to segue into that real quick.
Okay, good segue.
Thank you. This is actually a federal judge, but he was born in Texas, raised in Texas, worked in Texas until he became a federal judge. Mm-hmm. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is proposing an anti-trans bill, SB 6.
I back up, Lieutenant Governor?
That's what his title was on Wikipedia. I may be wrong.
What the fuck's a Lieutenant Governor?
I have no fucking idea. But Dan Patrick, who is a federal judge, has proposed a bill that could cost the state $8.5 billion to implement. Is really only meant to expel trans women from women's bathrooms, basically saying that dudes in dresses are going to go rape your women, and not trans men from men's restrooms because, quote, men can defend themselves. And there's all sorts of problems with that assumption.
Really?
Yeah. No, I put on Facebook earlier, I was like, I have to stop reading right now because I'm just mad. Like,
look, I'm going to say in general, from just like walking down the street, I'm probably more intimidated by girls because who knows fuck what they're packing.
Those purses are like Mary Poppins bags.
Yeah, like I know, like for example, dude, he's gonna punch me.
Right.
Girl, I don't know what the fuck
she's got a 10,000 volt taser in her purse.
What she's got in her purse,
that
in her
keychain,
cleavage.
That keychain's also a knife.
In her weird dress pockets.
I don't know. It's
There's something.
There's something, but basically his bill is it's really aimed at schools, colleges, and like government buildings. But people would have to use bathrooms according to their biological sex, which is really unenforceable unless you want every bathroom in this fucking state
to do the dick check.
To do a dick check, yeah. Like, do you want to have guards sitting outside of doors, like, yeah, all right, opening your waistband?
He's good.
You can go in.
Then there's the whole like,
I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, I don't know. It's too vague.
And also that's
it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing and it's invasive.
It's super invasive. It's
like, invasive. You got a penis? You do not need to know that.
Right. No, it's none of your fucking business.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you the other day, like, what if the women's room is just full and you just have to pee? I've gone into men's bathrooms just to pee before, or heaven forbid somebody doesn't flush something. I don't want to clean up after a stranger. I'm going to go to a different stall. Like, you just go to a hole to pee in.
I would say it's significantly different from men. Because I can't go into the women's restroom without feeling like a perv. Or like someone's about to hit me.
Right. I mean, and it's like, I get why our society has separated this intimate, tiled place. It's... You want to be safe and secure and just comfortable when you're the most vulnerable, honestly.
Yeah, because you and I are very comfortable with ourselves. I
don't give a shit. Like,
but I know there are bashful people out there who their bathroom time is their time.
Yeah, it's their time. And not just to say that it's like
people freak out about the holes between stalls being too big.
Oh my god. So not to say that I'm like a closet creep or anything, but the ones in my workplace, are they wide? The handicapped accessible stall one is way too wide. So I accidentally saw this lady like getting undressed, and I thought she was stealing some of our clothes. Because I saw her like changing, and then I wash my hands and she comes out and I see she's got a backpack, so she was just changing. But I was like, oh my god, I'm a creep. Like, we really need to glue these things shut.
You were doing your job, I guess.
Kind of.
But
I mean, I was just in there to pee, but it...
I was just in there to check her out.
I mean, you're right. It's like it's hard writing the line between just making everyone comfortable and accessible and just being super invasive and creepy for no reason.
Well, I think the best option is to have all unisex bathrooms.
Right.
Except in maybe not high schools or middle schools.
Right.
Which is where the gray area is, I guess.
Yeah.
But government buildings, who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
Like college, they're separated for some reason.
Right.
We're all adults in college.
Right. It's we should be in control of your bodies, in control of your actions.
Unisex bathrooms with badass stalls.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all you need.
I mean, because like we've said before, like if you're going to be a creep, you're going to be a creep no matter what, and you're just a bad person, and you're just a criminal. But
no, there's really no law to stop someone creeping.
Yeah.
Unless it's like really heavily enforced.
Yeah, unless we get like Big Brother technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Unless every bathroom has a bouncer. Which, a certain light would be neat.
I mean, if they got like a fog machine and they give me a drink going in, I mean, sure. But
hey, I'm sure the bouncing community needs jobs.
Yeah.
I don't know what the state of that economy is.
I mean, nightclubs are still doing okay, I guess, but... Yeah, I've never seen a bouncer. I just see, like, the guy that stamps your hand and swipes your ID. But we need big, thuggish guys to stand outside and just kind of belly bump you out of the way.
Like, be huge.
Yeah, just to intimidate you. Don't fuck with nobody in here. So those are the two, like, news articles that really, really, really got my goat. Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think some part of them will pass just because these things usually get piggybacked in on something else.
Yeah, well.
But I don't see it being enforceable. And really only a dickhead would, go squeal on somebody for looking weird in the bathroom. Like, I don't know. It's it's frustrating because it's not, like we said, it's not about the bathroom. It's about stigmatizing and, causing divisiveness amongst people and just trying to create this environment of these people aren't to be trusted, which is just, I don't know, it's something that I think the trans community has been fighting for so long, and I'm so proud of everyone that has been able to come out because it is safer now than it ever has been.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's more open.
We are more open. We're more knowledgeable. We're more connected. We talked about the internet last time and how fast we know everything. Yeah. And it's so invigorating to see people say, oh my God, there's someone like me. I'm not alone. I'm not broken. There's not something wrong with me. Mm-hmm. I'm not crazy. And I need other people, like more people to see more empathy, I need everyone, I mean, we all do, but I'm just frustrated because there's not enough,
not enough good vibes.
Not enough good vibes. Just love people and let them know that they deserve to be here and they deserve to be accepted as who they are. 'Cause it's a rough fucking way. It's a rough procedure.
Okay, I'm reading your notes.
Yeah.
You know what?
My handwriting's weird.
No, it's under the off limits.
Oh, yeah.
What are alternating pronouns?
God damn it, dude. Okay.
Or is that just not something to jump into?
This was me.
Just give me a definition. I'll need to know, like, the concept.
I would say, like, the ones that aren't well known or passed around in medical language.
Like Zim and Zer?
Yeah, like Zim and Zer. Or, appropriative genders like Two-Spirit, which is a Native American concept of a specific tribe.
Yeah, I studied these in anthropology.
Yeah, and it's like, it's cool that people can identify with something outside of a culture, like, or that they can identify with a culture that has a name for something that we don't have a name for. That's awesome. That's super cool. Don't take it and use it for yourself, but you can use it as like a comparative definition type of thing. That's me being like a prescriptivist though, and just being like, don't take other people's words. Also, if you're kind of, I don't want to say it, but like if you're making up your own pronouns and expecting everyone to know them automatically, that's kind of unrealistic.
I'm just gonna say it. Zimmer is stupid. Not what it stands for,
right?
But just the actual words,
right? No, I get what you're saying. I think when in doubt, use a gender neutral one like they. It's already grammatically correct. You don't have to change anything. You know, it's just, and you can do it, you know, without drawing attention to someone being of a different gender.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
Or a non-conforming gender.
I would say the most important thing about that is do not draw attention is the biggest thing.
Yeah, don't out anybody. Like, if you know that someone's transitioning but someone else doesn't, you don't out them.
Well, it's just...
It's not their business.
Yeah, it's just like for example, if you see someone who's obvious to you is trans and you want to, like, congratulate them or something or say, like, they're brave, just don't.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Like, they don't fucking know you.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. Like...
When in doubt...
Don't fucking say shit.
Go back to common courtesy.
Yeah, just be polite.
If it's not someone you would go up and talk to anyway, just don't go up and talk to them.
Yeah.
Just treat them like everybody else, which is what they want
and deserve.
Which is what they want.
Yeah. They're not... Trans people aren't here to be a spectacle. Trans people aren't here to make you more comfortable. They're just existing.
They're here to buy some fucking spaghetti. And
pretty much.
Go cook up a nice spaghetti for their family.
Pretty much.
Or themselves, you know, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. You know, and if you have private speculations about someone, you just keep that thought in your head. Like, because unless they know you and want to share that with you, or if they're, you know, if they're walking around at Pride Parade with the trans flag on their back, it's pretty safe to assume.
Yeah, you know, at that point.
But at that point, they're telling you.
But if they're like, you know,
if they're at a grocery store, yeah.
Then, you know, it's not the place.
Not the place, not the time, not
if,
your
if,
friend.
If I was a trans person, someone says like, "You're so brave," I'm like, "Who are you?
Right.
Do I know you?
For coming to fucking Walmart? Like I'm brave? Okay, that's fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's you assume a lot about what stage they are in life.
It's purple ketchup. I just wanted to try it, you know?
God, I fucking forgot that was a thing.
It is a thing. Run out of time, so okay. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Be nice to people. Don't assume anybody's gender. Educate yourself is like the most important thing. And if you see injustice being done, there's so many resources and ways for us to like rally together and stop this shit. HumanRightsCampaign.org is a really great place to start. They have a lot of links as to like finding who your senators are if you don't know that, and kind of upcoming legislation. They're pretty down on that. I'll have Will put some more links at the end of the video because he does all the work around here.
I do.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad we talked about this. I'm less angry about the world just having researched.
Just work it out.
Yeah.
I think most important of all is love yourself. Yeah. You're beautiful.
Yep, you are.
No matter who you are.
And you deserve to be here because there's so much more good than bad, and you should be here to see it. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Again, thank you for watching, listening. We're gonna be doing these weekly, and if you like what we're talking about, just like the video and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those
in the comments.
Where it is.
If I can do annotations, those will be around here somewhere. And if I can't, ignore that. It's all in the description.
It's all gonna be in the description.
You can find her Twitter, her Tumblr, my Twitter if you want to talk to me for some reason. And yeah.
He helps with research and he does all the video shit. So.
I do all the work and I don't get paid.
None of us get paid. This is a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Thanks again. Bye.
Later.